Okay, guys, welcome back to the channel, and here it is. Here it is, the best moment that we all have been waiting for. Climate change is here. Ocean levels are gonna rise, and not because of the actual climate change, because of the liberal climate change. The ocean level is gonna rise because of liberal tears. They're gonna start crying, because everything's falling apart. Everything. Everything is basically going against all the narratives, right? Starting with Miss Fani Willis. The Georgia Appeals Court grants hearing to remove Fani Willis from Trump's indictment. Now, what does that mean? The Trump team filed an appeal because of the cowardly decision of the judge to keep Fani Willis on the case only on the condition of her boyfriend being removed. So, boyfriend got removed, Fani Willis remains. But that's not good enough. So, Trump's team said, no, that's not good enough. So, we're going to appeal it. So, we want her to be removed. So, appeals court granted that they're going to hear the case. Now, before I read into this, what does that mean? That means delay tactics. Because the liberals and the left and the media are so fixated on the fact that all these trials are taking so long and it should be done right away. It should go to trial and prosecution within 5 minutes. Which that's not how that's not how it works. What's happening is these judges are granting the appeal, the granting the motions or whatever. It's basically causing delay after delay after delay in his cases. And basically, with this, nothing's going to happen with this. Even if the appeals court hears the case and says, still, we're going to allow Fani Willis to remain on the case. What happens is then there's an appeal filed again into the Supreme Court. So another delay. So basically, this case is just going to go nowhere. It's a dead end. And there's an investigation into Fani Willis by the Senate Republicans, and she's calling it illegal. But let's not even get into that. Let's read this a little bit. The Georgia Court of Appeals has agreed to hear an appeal from the former President Donald Trump over a judge's decision to allow Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis to remain on the case, despite her admitted romantic relationship with a former special prosecutor. At the same time, the court has denied a similar appeal from Harrison Floyd, one of the remaining 14 co-defendants and the only person indicted who actually spent time in jail after not posting bail. President Trump looks forward to presenting interlocutory argument to the Georgia Court of Appeal as to why the case should be dismissed and Fulton County DA Willis should be disqualified for her misconduct in this unjustified, unwarranted political persecution. Steve Sato, one of the former president's lead Georgia attorneys, said immediately after the court's announcement. On April 1st, Trump and the remaining defendants in Georgia's historic racketeering indictment formally appealed Fulton County Superior Court's Judge Scott McAfee's ruling. And we all know Scott McAfee. He's up for re-election, so he's doing everything very cautionary so he could get re-elected. That appeal came after McAfee gave the green light to allow such an appeal over his decision. The appeal was signed by all of the attorneys representing the remaining co-defendants who have not already settled the case in Fulton County Superior Court. While the trial court actually found DA Willis out-of-court statements were improper and defendants proved an apparent conflict of interest, the trial court erred as a matter of law but not requiring dismissal and DA Willis disqualification. The appeal court the appeal from Trump's and other defendants' attorneys said to avoid structural error that could invalidate and require a repeat of the upcoming trials to establish needed uh, precedent in the area of disqualifying forensic misconduct and to protect and maintain the public's confidence in the integrity of the criminal justice system, the court should grant the application. So basically, Trump's argument is, or Trump's attorney's argument is that because she's staying on the case, it is gonna uh, uh, sacrifice the justice system and the way it's set up, and it is not just, and it should be appealed. We should be allowed to appeal and present our case in a just way because the current court system is not it's not it's not bipartisan, I should say. So in this case, I think the court of appeal they made the right choice. Now, the only thing is, it took few weeks for them to actually approve the appeal. Now, the track record of this appeals court is it takes months for them to hear a case. Months. So we are in May, and if let's say this took 3 to 4 months, we're talking about September, maybe October timeframe. They're willing to hear the case, and nothing's gonna happen until then. They're gonna hear the case, and let's say it'll take about a week for them to hear the case, and they're gonna go and they'll take them probably like another week or so to make a decision, or 2 weeks. So now we are well into October, and if they make a decision by October time, it's already too late. It's already too late for Fani to try to do anything with Trump because by then they're gonna appeal the decision and it's gonna go to Supreme Court, and then Trump gets into office and he's going to dismiss all these cases. That's exactly what's going to happen. Or he's going to pardon himself, or whatever the case is going to be. But yeah, so a victory for the Trump team at this point. So let's keep going. Let's see how things going to work out for Trump and his team. So leave your comments down below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to Immigrant Corner. Peace out.